Salutations friends, welcome back to my channel. Today is another haul video, and this month I went a little bit more ham than I expected. I did purchase a lot of things off of my wish list. I wanted to do that like right around springtime. There were some deals going on for Mother's Day, so whenever there's sales I kind of get a little excited. So I did dip into my Mother's Day sale savings to purchase some of these guys. So this is one of my bigger hauls in regards to the price point of some of these fragrances, but this was, I took a huge chunk off of my New Year's resolution. So if you'd like to see the fragrances I got this month, then keep watching. Now, I don't expect to purchase any more fragrances. That's why I'm doing this in the middle of the month. One or two might sneak in. If they do, they'll be part of, you know, May's fragrance haul. And April is usually around the time, April, May is when I do some of my bigger hauls, because there's a lot of fantastic sales around fragrances for Mother's Day and spring and all that stuff. And so I usually go a little ham, go a little ham for these sales. This is around the time Sephora has their VIB Rouge fragrance, not fragrance sale, but their sale. Saks has them, Neiman Marcus has them, a variety of the different retailers, Grey Marketplaces has sales. I do go a little bit crazy. I didn't go as crazy as I anticipated, but I did buy some of the bigger ticket fragrances off of my wish list. So I'm going to share with you, first, if you're unfamiliar, I'm going to share with you the fragrances on my wish list. If you guys didn't know, 2022, my New Year's resolution is to try and make a good chunk of my must-buy fragrances just to finally purchase them and stop putting them off. And then I'll share with you other fragrances I purchased for YouTube, fragrances that really kind of intrigued me, or deals that were too good to pass up. And at the end of the video, I will share with you my PR that got sent to me. So if I got sent free bottles to review or things like that, I share those at the end in case you guys don't care about that. So the first two are fragrances, as I kind of reach in, are fragrances that I have been meaning to buy for years, for literal years. And if I have reviews of any of these fragrances, I will link them below. These are two Rojas, and the first is a holy grail of mine, and it's Britannia. A fantastic deal going on at Max Aroma, but this was a fragrance that I was willing to pay full retail price for, but again, there was a fantastic deal going on, so I did not pay full retail price. And at the end of this video, I'll share with you the fragrances I paid full retail price for, if you are so inclined to know. That doesn't mean that this wasn't very expensive, but this was a holy grail fragrance. This was a fragrance that I told myself I will be buying this year. And so when I saw that there was a deal on it, I was like, well, I've got my Mother's Day money for fragrance sales. I can dip into that. And another one is, I'm gonna take the plastic off because I just got this today, but I had decants of this and I needed this fragrance in my life, is Roja. This is Ti Amo. This is the Parfum. This is gorgeous. I will be reviewing this, and I will be reviewing this in a way that you guys will think that I hate this, but I love this fragrance. But this is a fragrance that I think people they read the notes and they think it's gonna smell a specific way, and it smells completely different. It's kind of like when I reviewed Ambrosia, which was a few days ago, which it's gonna be part of this haul video. And there's some fragrances I realized that I kind of don't give a pass to, but when you read the notes and you read the description, the smell is completely different. It doesn't mean that the smell isn't fantastic, but it's not what people expect. And I kind of want to start sharing my thoughts on those scents. But this fragrance is gorgeous. I think Sam from My World of Fragrance, if that's the right way to call her channel, if not, she's fantastic. She's probably one of the best fragrance reviewers out there. I love her channel. I'll link it below. When she was talking about this fragrance, she was talking about, I think she was describing it as like very expensive pencil shavings. And I was just, the way she was describing this scent was so dead on. And there's something about this fragrance that does smell woody and aromatic and dry. And the cocoa in here is gorgeous, but there's also a beautiful, very vintage elegance and glamour to this fragrance that I really, really love, that I've always loved. And you guys, if you remember me talking about this, one of the things I want from fragrances is that transportive feeling of feeling like I could possibly maybe in an alternative dimension be glamorous. This definitely is one of the fragrances that does it in a way that's very beautiful and sultry and just really gorgeous. It's spectacular. And if they had it in a 3.4 ounce size, I probably would have spent more money on the bigger bottle. But this was a fragrance I absolutely had to add to my collection. So I decided to knock off 2 Rojas off of my must-buy list this month. So these were like probably the fragrances I spent the most money on, and they are quite pricey, but I'm happy to finally have them. Since I just mentioned it, Ambrosia, I just reviewed this like 2 or 3 days ago. This fragrance was another one that I had sampled and worn for a few months. Absolutely loved it. When I reviewed this fragrance, I described it kind of as a maiden eating ambrosia and then it's ascending into, you know, the clouds. And that is pretty much how this smells. It starts off very fruity, very floral. Not that it's one-dimensional, but it definitely ascends into something more mature, a little bit more elegant, more sophisticated, and it leaves behind some of the more youthful, flirty, playful fruitiness that it has in the opening. It kind of develops into something more sophisticated and glamorous, but not the safest buy from Royal Crown. And that's saying something because you would think a honey fruity floral would be super safe. I would say Powder de Fleur is safer, even though that is a very mature, stale, powdery fragrance. Or even the Oud scents would be a little bit more safe in my personal, you know, opinion. But if you're looking for a very glamorous, very kind of old world vintage honey fragrance that has a beautiful kind of, I would say, pinpoint kind of bullseye. I know I'm so bad at this. This is why nobody watches me. Pinpoint, almost spotlight on like dates and plum and apple with a little bit of warm caramel in there that has a beautiful soft rose iris. This is gorgeous. This is so gorgeous. I realize that I'm literally talking forever about like this. I don't want this video to be crazy long. So to kind of go through the rest of the fragrances on my wish list, I purchased 2 Xerjoffs. I purchased Accento Overdose. This is gorgeous. This can be a little jarring and sharp for some people, but there's something really sexy about this fruity fragrance that I love. This again is one you have to try on your skin, and this was I just need to buy this fragrance because I've been meaning to buy it, so I finally picked it up. And I finally bought Italica. This one's so good. You guys know how much I love almond. I do not know why I waited forever to buy, and this, not forever, like, you know, I think a year, a little less than a year. I forget if this was released in 2020 or 2021. The past 2 years have been, it's been a blur if you know what's been going on. But this has been one, like, I told myself I'm getting it this year, and I got it this year. So finally got my hands on this fragrance. So these are the 2 Xerjoff I added. I almost bought another 3, but I decided I gotta behave. I need stuff to buy the next few months, but these were 2 that I needed to wear. I just think this one's really sexy. There's just something about this that I love. It's fruity, it's powerful, it's complimentary. I really enjoy it. And this one is just, I will be reviewing this one very soon. You guys know how much I love almond. And this one is just so super special. One of the more special fragrances that I think Xerjoff has released in the past few years. And I'll talk about what I mean by that when I review this fragrance. So these are the 2 Xerjoff I added, and these were part of my must-buy list. Spring is also cherry blossom, so I finally decided to buy some cherry blossoms. These are more fragrances that are more wearable, utilitarian fragrances, but I do have some of those on my must-buy list that I just find reasons not to buy. Maybe because I wait past spring and we're into summer or fall, and I'm like, I'll get them next year, but I decided to finally pick these up. So I have the new bottle, and like I said, I talked to Joe Malone. This is not a new formulation, this is just a new pretty bottle of the Sakura Cherry Blossom. And then we also have Somei Yoshino from Berdoues. This is part of their Grand Cru collection. And these are the 2 cherry blossom fragrances I added to my collection. I've considered getting more, but I actually thought that I don't want to overload myself with cherry blossom fragrances because I also have the that I bought a month or 2 ago, the new one from Elizabeth Arden. And I think I just want to enjoy those 3, the Sakura Blossom or the Green Tea Sakura Blossom, and these 2 beauties, and then next year maybe I'll load up on more, unless I've run into something that I just have to have. But these are ones that I've worn for years and loved, and finally decided that I'm gonna buy, mostly because this bottle is just so dang cute. And this is one that I just meant to buy for the longest time and decided this year I was gonna get it for spring. So these are the wearable fragrances, and I'm going to take a break on buying Serge Lutens for a month or 2, but I did want to add this fragrance. I'm gonna try and pronounce it. I can't pronounce it very well. You guys know I can't say anything other than English, and I can't even do that very well. Fils de Joie. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous jasmine fragrance. And the reason why this was a must-have is A la Nuit, in my honest opinion, is one of the most gorgeous jasmine fragrances ever created. And I know that they now have that in the bell jar. I do not have any idea if that is a reformulation. So if anybody knows if they reformulated, I know it's a little bit more money now, but this was another near perfect jasmine fragrance. And I love what Serge does with florals, what they do with rose. I need to still get their roses. You guys know which rose I'm talking about. I'm trying to track down. When they say we're going to make the best floral on the market, they do it, in my opinion. They really, really just deliver on some of the most gorgeous floral fragrances like ever. And they do it in a way that's beautiful, but still creative and wearable and unique and a little cheeky sometimes, And this is just, I needed to have this in my collection. So I decided I'm going to get this bottle, and then I'm going to do a little bit of research and maybe save my Serge money and maybe try and track down some of the more expensive bottles that are hard to find, because I think I need to try and find 1 or 2 of those bottles to add to my collection. But this is it for my wish list, not my wish list, my must buy list. This is knocking off my New Year's resolution, which is buying fragrances on my must buy wish list. Now we're gonna get onto just buys. These are fragrances maybe I wanted to purchase something because I really wanted it, or I walked past it at TJ Maxx, or you guys recommended something and I was like, hey, or there was a really good deal on something. Like I said, there was a lot of really good deals this month. I think you guys, last month, I still need to review Auric blends. I'm gonna be doing that either next week or the week after. But you guys had also recommended Tart Made, I believe. Said try out that stuff, or you want me to review it. So I went out and I got 2. I got Black Coconut and Egyptian Musk, and these are great. I'm gonna go buy a few more of these and give them a shot. Like I said, I'm still wearing Auric blends, and I wanna make sure I do that review first before I review these. But I am definitely going to wear this. But I have been really enjoying layering Egyptian musk, and Black Coconut's really nice too. But this has been a great one to layer. So I added these guys, and then TJ Maxx had some, TJ Maxx again has been doing their Le Monde Gourmand stuff. So let me grab them. They had these 2 big uns, another honey, Miel Bebe. And this is like the jumbo. So this is the 2.5, and the Acai Bay. I can't say words. I make John an acai smoothie every morning. It's like as I wake up, like as my coffee's brewing, I make him like this giant smoothie with acai and strawberries and like cherries and things like that. And I can't pronounce it, but I'll make it every day. But these are really, really nice actually. So I've been looking for the Cocoa Lots. That's the one I've been looking for. I really want to find that one at TJ Maxx, but I picked these up. And then I also picked up, I think this is Brilliant Diamonds. And I also picked up Brilliant White Diamonds from Elizabeth Taylor. I think every time I pass an Elizabeth Taylor fragrance at TJ Maxx or Roche or Marshall's or any place that I don't own, I'm just gonna pick it up I almost bought Violet Eyes. That's a beautiful fragrance, actually. I remember the first time I smelled it, I felt like betrayed because I thought it was going to be like a violet dominant fragrance. And then I remembered, wait a minute, no, that's not right, because she had violet eyes. And it is a gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance, and I need to pick it up. But this is actually really beautiful. And once I get kind of like a little bit more robust Elizabeth Taylor fragrance collection, I will share it with you. I want to say something. I adore Elizabeth Taylor fragrances. So when I talk about how much I love Roja fragrances, when I talk about certain Xerjoff fragrances, when I talk about luxurious, glamorous compositions, when I say that fragrances don't need to be expensive to exude that, but I do like it. Growing up, when I think of glamour, when I thought of beauty, when I think of somebody beautiful, I think of Iman, because like I told you when I reviewed that, like I remember looking at her when I was young and being like, that is the most beautiful person I've ever seen in my life. When I think of glamour, also beauty, because Elizabeth Taylor was gorgeous. When I think of glamour, I remember growing up and watching the white diamonds and the commercials for her fragrances, and she was always a glamorous woman. So when I think of true glamour, I think of Elizabeth Taylor. And what I love is that her fragrances are gorgeous. They're gorgeous, and they're accessibly priced. And I love them. I think they're great. So I like to wear them. They're cheapies, they're affordable. You can find them. I think I've spent, there we go, say words. Remember how I said I couldn't speak English? That's what I'm talking about. I think I spent like 12 bucks on this. Sometimes they're like, I think full retail prices are like $60. You can find them all over the place for so cheap. And there's something about them that are just beautiful. They're great dress up fragrances. If I want to smell glamorous and pretty, but I'm only gonna be wearing a fragrance 2 to 3 hours, like if I'm gonna be going to bed, and I don't want to say waste, because it's not a waste if you're enjoying it, but if I don't want to spray one of my more expensive fragrances, I like to wear Elizabeth Taylor. I think that I just feel incredibly glamorous and beautiful, and I love them, and I think her stuff is fantastic. So I do like her stuff, and I do collect her stuff, and I think that the price point is terrific. So then I have a few others. So one thing I try to do just to keep up with fragrance news, new releases, things that are going on, and it's also a great way for me to learn as much education as my poor, dry, spongy brain can absorb, as I love to watch when there's like perfumers or brand owners, they do like Instagram lives or interviews. I try to watch as many of those as I can. However, sometimes they're dangerous for my pocketbook. So Perfumology had Justin on, and he was talking about his new brand that's going to be released soon, Roja Parfums. And when they were talking about the brand, they had said that there was a formula for one of the fragrances, and when they first smelled it, and if I'm saying this wrong, please, correct me, that this fragrance, they had changed it and made it a little bit, I would say, different, but this edition of it was just perfect. And so they had a first edition of Blooming Amber, and they only made 30 bottles of this. And when they were describing this fragrance, I was like, yes, please. So literally not even 15 seconds after the live stream, because I love watching live streams, and whenever Perfumology has them, I love the way that he interacts and talks with people. Is so engaging. I bought it. Now, this was only $85, so I thought that this was a fantastic steal, and I was so excited. And I also try, I want you guys to know, I am blessed, and I got a lot of stuff in PR, but I try to pay for things as much as possible, because what I want to see out there is, I want to see creativity. I want to see new brands. I want to see smaller indie niche brands. I want to see them, succeed, especially if I like their stuff. So for me, I've tried his fragrances, I've, experienced his formulas before in other ways. I was excited to see what somebody would do on their own, or, within their own brand, however that works for them. and I was like, this is a price point I can get behind. I love the idea of supporting this. I like the idea of it being a limited edition fragrance, and I like supporting with my dollar bills, because as somebody who is an artist and has had people try to pay me with exposure bucks, that doesn't work. It's the money that shows people and gives them the resources to create more things, and so I also wanted to support this. So this is gorgeous. I don't know if I'm going to do a full-on review of this because it's a limited edition fragrance, because there's only 30 bottles. I don't know if there's any more available. Let me check the website. Give me 1 second. As of filming this video, so I don't know if there's going to be any more by the time this gets up, but I will link it below. That link is not an affiliate link, not an affiliate link. There are 4 more bottles of this. So this is beautiful. It's a gorgeous, very unique, there's like an animalic muskiness and resins and florals, and it's so sexy on the skin. It's so special. Let me see if I can read what this says. Is a plush solar fragrance which floats upon the skin, effervescent citruses, and a crest of coriander. It's got honeyed heart, tender florals. I'm so bad at saying words. Top notes, let me just read the notes to you guys. It's so much better than me trying to embarrass myself even more than I already am. Mandarin, orange, heart notes, or honey. You guys know I love honey. That's pretty much the note that made me purchase this with everything else. Lily of the Valley, jasmine, lavender, neroli, amber, musk, vanilla, cashmere, patchouli, and green moss. It's the moss and the patchouli that give this, I think, that really beautiful, robust heart. And the amber is resinous, but it's like animalic and musky at the same time. It is gorgeous, gorgeous. So if you're unaware, Justin Frederico is the person that has created all of Perfumology's fragrances, the nose behind them, and they are fantastic. And if you didn't know, I am a huge fan of all the fragrances. So when I learned about this and then he was starting his own line, I was super excited to support it, again, supporting with my dollar bills, and also again see what he was doing with his own line. So again, 4 bottles, four I can count 1, 2, 3, 4. See, I'm like a 2-year-old. If it's gone by the time this video goes up, I'm very sorry, but if you had been interested in it, or you are interested in it, it's very good. I know that the first edition, I know when the fragrance is launched, I do believe that the fragrances will be a little bit more money, and this version of it should not be available again, but they will have a blooming amber that will be a slightly different formula. So I was excited to support and buy, and I love it. It's so Another good. One that I bought this to review, but I was really excited to review this, is Vacation from Vacation. This was done a la Artiste. I'll link the video below, like I said, if I have any reviews. This basically is like sunscreen. I mean, literally is a sunscreen brand, and it's touted as being the world's best sunscreen. I think this is great. Like I said, it does kind of transition. It smells a lot more fruity in the opening. It does have some novelty notes of like pool water and bathing suits, and you do kind of get those a little bit, and it transitions into more of a coconutty smell towards the end. But it's really fun, and it's a great beachy scent. So I definitely think if you're looking for a more sunscreeny, beachy, fun in the sun, I can't say words, beachy fragrance for summer, this is worth checking out. Try and purchase this though from a place where if you don't like it, you can return it, because I know some people don't quite like that stereotypical sunscreen smell. I quite adore it. I actually was looking, Tart made a fantastic one, and I'm sorry I didn't pick up one of their fragrance. It was like a roller ball. That was another one I was looking for recently. I was like, do they still have that? They don't. I think it's part of their Sugar Rush line. But this is a great scent. The marketing of this is superb, superb. And it's one I wanted to get. The marketing was everywhere. I wanted to review it for you guys. I love it. I've worn it a bunch. It's really fantastic. But if you're looking for a beachy, kind of transportive into the pool parties from the 80s, like from those fun like surfer movies, this is a fragrance that will take you there. It's pretty spectacular in how kind of cheeky it is. and it's supposed to smell like their sunscreen. Again, I've never smelled their sunscreen. Lots of fruits, lots of fun, reminiscent nods to pool water and like lycra and nylon and things like that. Now, sometimes I will get text messages from websites, you know, like Saks or Max Roma or someplace, and they'll be like, clearance sale, additional like 30% off of this, and I'm like, okay, let's go. And Max Aroma had it on Virtus, and it was like, what was it, like 40% off, and these were already like 50% off. So these are like really great fragrances I got for like $60, and I was like, man, I love these. These are great. And I will purchase more fragrances from this line, and I probably will have to pay full retail price. I think full retail price is over $200, but let me tell you, from what I've tried, well worth it. So they're the Virtus fragrances, and we have Paradox, we have this beautiful rose, and then, oh my goodness, the Oud Noir, you guys, is so good. So what I like about the Oud Noir is it has this kind of light, aromatic woods and a gorgeous kind of more westernized style oud fragrance. It's very easy to wear, especially when it's super hot, but you still want that really nice kind of robust, semi-funky oud fragrance. It's really beautiful. I'm gonna be reviewing these guys. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I did not know anything about these brands. These were a complete blind buy. Sometimes I buy things on impulse because it's a steal. Don't do what I do. I was very lucky. These are fantastic. I actually really like Paradox, and the rose is gorgeous. I got very lucky. And I was talking to Joe from Joe Sent Me, and he was talking to me about their patchouli. That's probably gonna be my next purchase. This is a brand that I haven't heard too many people talk about, and I am very sad, because if I had known about this brand sooner and I had tried them, tried samples, I probably would already own most of these fragrances. I'm actually deeply impressed with how these fragrances smell. They are fantastic. I remember when I first got them, I was like, these bottles are really cool. I'm excited to see how they smell. You know, I paid $60 for them, so if they're not like the best, okay. And I was just like, oh wow, these are great. I think these are just outstanding. So I did pay for these. I did get a fantastic deal on them, and I'm kind of glad that deal popped up, because this brand was completely off my radar. However, gorgeous fragrances. So happy to have them. Including this, but it's not part of the 30+ bottle haul. But when I bought Sakura Blossom, I saw this. The only reason why I'm including this is because it's got the hair mist in here. So my hair, obviously, it's not a natural like orange, although I am a natural ginger. To keep my hair looking as less like straw as possible, I do a lot of hair masks. I use a lot of hair products. You can usually tell when it's time for me to remask because my hair is looking a little dry. Right now it's got some oil in it, so it's okay. But I love hair perfumes, and I love the smell of honey. So I've heard so many good things about this, and this set was really affordable. It was like just $5 more for all of this, and I was gonna get this anyway. So I'm gonna try their hair mask and their hair oil, and if even it just makes my hair smell like honey, I'm gonna just be a loyal follower of this brand, because I love the smell of honey. But because it's a hair perfume, it's part of my perfume haul. So if you guys have any experience with this brand, I'd love to know what you guys think. This was an impulse buy when I purchased my Jo Malone. And then the last two, this wasn't so much of an impulse buy. I have been meaning to buy this. I need to get the other flankers of this. I want to do like an overview. I did review the white tea, the original white tea, and I do have like minis of, I think it's Vanilla Orchid and the Rose, and the Mandarin Blossom to me is one of the better flankers. The other ones are really, really good, but when I think about what pairs best with white tea, the Mandarin Blossom to me is just the better of the flankers, and so I wanted a big old bottle of this, so I finally got it. And I'm getting more of the Wake Heart fragrances, and I think these are owned by the Dolan twins. So I got the Ethan Dolan Wake Heart because this was on sale from like Ipsy for like $12. And honestly, it's not bad. It's not amazing, but it's a beachy scent. It's got this slight sea salty kind of vibe to it. It's not bad. I was surprised. I was like, I want to review the rest of the Weight Cart fragrances. I don't know what the other Dolan twins, I just know them as the Dolan twins. I know Ethan because this is his bottle. But I didn't see the other Dolan twins fragrance even available on their site. But there's like 1 or 2 other Weight Cart fragrances I have to purchase, and I'm going to do a brand overview, but I'm kind of waiting for them to pop up on BoxyCharm and Ipsy, even though they only retail for $50, and I don't think it's overpriced. What I've tried from this brand isn't bad. They're actually really nice. I just still like don't want to spend for retail price on them. I don't know why. So I'm patiently waiting for Ipsy or BoxyCharm deals. But I did pick this up, and it is a nice beachy scent, so I'm going to review it at some point. So that's it for my purchases. So these are the fragrances that I paid for retail price. For 1 or 2 of these, I had a coupon because there was a sale going on. But what I mean by full retail prices, I didn't get them gray markets. I didn't get them at TJ Maxx. I didn't get them at Max Roma. I didn't get them at Fragrance Net, Fragrance Buy. You know, I got these at a full retail price location. And if there was a coupon, fantastic. In fact, there was only one place that was a coupon. So the coupon was from Sephora, and to be completely honest, I would have paid full retail price for this even if I didn't get a discount because of the VIB, because this was the last bottle. So this is what I paid full retail for, but there was a bit of a coupon code involved. I paid a full retail price for this beautiful fragrance right here. I paid full retail price for these little guys, even though they're very affordable. I think they're like $12, so they're not too bad. I paid full retail price for Vacation and for the Berdoues. So these are the fragrances that I didn't utilize gray market or like an insane crazy amount of discounts for. So now we're going into the PR part of the video, and I have, I think, like 13, 14 PR. I got basically two PR packages. One was from Haramain. They sent me 7 bottles, and then the next was from So Avant-Garde. They sent me a bunch of different things to review and also share with you guys for Mother's Day, which was very sweet of them. So the first few I got sent, and I was so excited for these. These were, of all of them, I was the most excited for these. I was like, oh my goodness. So these are the Beyond Bentley. These are the feminine fragrances, and these are so good, you guys. So we have the Radiant Osmanthus. We have the Mellow, okay, I just don't like the name of this. The Mellow Heliotrope. I don't know why they named it that, but I don't know. And the Vibrant Hibiscus. Part of what makes me really like this is that these are florals that you would think, like, where's the jasmine? Where's the rose? You know, where's the violet? These are different florals that you don't see really front and center too much, and they do it so well. And I viciously love their Wild Vetiver. That is such a gorgeous, bright, energizing vetiver fragrance. It is fantastic, and it made me really want to explore this line more. So I was very grateful that they were willing to send me these, because I was so excited for these, and these are so viciously beautiful. So I got these, and I've just been like obsessing over them. They're terrific. They sent me some really nice luxury niche. They sent me this beautiful bottle of Halley from Tiziana Terenzi. This is a fragrance that I've loved for a while, and this is also a scent that is very expensive, but one of the fragrances that, in my opinion, can definitely command the price. When I think about a fragrance that is well put together and well crafted, that smells like something that is expensive. And if you guys don't know what I mean by that, I'll link my video below where I talk about what smelling expensive means. When I think about fruits smelling expensive, it's almost how the fruits are put together. In Ambrosia, it's really focusing on a rose and iris base that's kind of elevating the dates and the plum and the pomegranate and this nice warm apple. With this, it's almost focusing on stone fruits. And stone fruits to me are just, there's something so delicious and exotic and beautiful and mature. And to me, stone fruits are also like one of the fruits when I think of luxury. weirdly enough, I think of them because for me, stone fruits it's all about being ripe. I mean, for a lot of fruits, that's the truth, but stone fruits to me, like, let me give you an example. When I was traveling, because I hate road trips, but that's how I usually traveled. I was traveling from Fort Lauderdale to Danville, Illinois, and I remember us stopping by Georgia, and there was this, this peach farm, peach orchard, and, my godparents are like, okay, we're gonna buy some peaches and this is gonna be lunch, and I love peaches. And as a kid, I think I was like 13, I already loved peaches. I didn't know what a peach tasted like until I ate that peach, and I already love them. That was one of the most memorable things I've ever eaten in my life, was that peach. It was fan-friggin-tastic. And just when I think about eating stone fruits, I think about that kind of memory of being just completely floored by flavor and texture and juiciness, and just, to me, like, if you can take that experience and bottle it, then that's just a win. And they do it. And when I review this, I'll kind of talk about what that means, because it's not so much peachy. There's definitely other things going on in this fragrance, but this is such a beautiful and luxurious, gorgeous fruity fragrance that really doesn't skimp on the fruitiness. And it's kind of hard to explain without reviewing it outright, so I'm not going to do that, but fantastic fragrance, so beautiful. Fragrances they sent me was Fan Your Flames from Nishane, and you guys know how I feel about this. Very risky fragrance, not a safe blind buy. Oh, no, no, no. However, I love this scent because I think that this takes coconut and tobacco, and there's just something about this with the booze. It just smells like, if it works on your skin, it's gorgeous. It takes a little while to develop, but once it develops, it just smells like a sexy pirate. I don't know. I love this fragrance so much. I knew I was gonna love it, and I most definitely do. However, the one that they sent me, aside from the Bentley, aside from those really nice expensive bottles that they sent me, that I was so excited to get, was Amethyst from Lalique. I don't know if you guys know that the Perfect Berry fragrance has been created, and I've always loved this Perfect Berry fragrance, but it's Amethyst. No other fragrance, in my opinion, except maybe its flankers, comes close to capturing berries in a way that I think celebrates berries, puts berries on a pedestal, and does it in a way that's glamorous and beautiful and wearable. You just smell like a pie when you wear this, but not a cheap pie, like an expensive pie, like one of those pies at one of those French patissiers where, like those little pastries this big are like $50. You smell like one of those berry pies. This is so gorgeous. It's such a beautiful fragrance. And what I like most about this is that it has the juiciness of the berries, it has the distinctive tartness of the berries, and it also has almost like a greenness of like the branches and the leaves of the berries, and a tanginess, and you can smell the distinctive berries in here, specifically the black currant. The black currant in here is just magic. This is a magic fragrance, and I was so excited because I love this one. And this is one of the fragrances, I don't know why I didn't buy it a long time ago. I just kept putting it off, and then this is one when I got the bottle, I opened it and I smelled it, and I'm like, I'm a freaking idiot for waiting forever to get this fragrance. Why didn't I buy it? It's so good. It is such a good scent. Lalique makes such beautiful fragrances, and I think that they get so, aside from Encre Noir, I think that they are underappreciated. Except when one fragrance, they had the new release with all the expensive pretty bottles and everyone talked about it, then nobody talked about them anymore. Their scents are good, and this is good. If you like berries, if you like gourmands, if you like fruits, this magic. So the next 7 are the Haramain. They sent me the 50 Years collection, so I'll just take one of them out so you can see. This is what it looks like, the Golden Oud. I also have Platinum Oud. This is what the box looks like. And Rose Oud. And then they also, I think, sent me their new musk collection, or their royal musk collection. I'm still wearing these, but I really like these actually. So this is their musk collection. I think that's what this fragrance is called actually. And then we have amber musk. And the last two are royal musk and musk Lalique. And I like these. I've actually been asked to review this brand quite frequently actually. And when I did my collection video, one of you guys was like, oh my goodness, please, I'm so excited. I need to review Orientica and I need to review this brand, and I'm gonna do it in collection. So I'm gonna do the musk collection, and then I'm gonna do the 50th anniversary collection. So I'm excited to share these with you guys. I am enjoying them. They're very nice. I don't have much experience with this brand, but from so far what I've tried, I think they're really nice. So that's it, guys. That's my haul this month, and to be perfectly honest, the amount of bottles has been about the same since the beginning of the year. It's been about 30-35 bottles is what I've been adding. Next month will not be near this because I've kind of, you know, drained my excessive luxury budget, which is totally fine. That's normally how it works. I think my biggest haul was like 50 bottles, and it was in April a few years ago, and then it goes down because I spend all my Mother's Day savings for Mother's Day deals. And then I have to be good. I have to be mindful of my purchasing. So I'm gonna be mindful the next few months. And then when my birthday comes, I already know 1 or 2 bottles I'm buying. I'm most definitely probably gonna be purchasing Dacita Melody de l'Amour and probably Splendid Iris. And I'm gonna try and track down a bottle of gin because, you know, I just need that in my life. It's been a secret love. So once I get that, I'll talk to you guys about how much I love that. But my buddy Rome had a fantastic collaboration. So if you want to know a little bit more about what I think about that, I'll link his collab below. Definitely check out his channel. He's awesome. And yeah, that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this haul. If there's anything that I haven't reviewed and you want a review of, let me know in the comment section below. If you have any thoughts or feelings on any of these fragrances, positive or negative, let me know. Or if you have any recommendations based off of any fragrances that I've shown an unhealthy enthusiasm for, definitely let me know in the comments section below. I'd love to know what you guys think. I'm gonna start talking. I'm really bad at talking. I'm gonna make your ears stop bleeding. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.